Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emma and I make art videos, and today I am filming the Get to Know the Artist tag, which is a tag video that I literally just made up. Basically it's a bunch of questions. Some of them are just kind of basic ones, but most of them are art related. This was inspired by the Get to Know Me tag. I thought it'd be cool to do kind of like an artist edition one. So yeah, I made up all these questions. There are going to be 20 of them. So let's get started. The first question is, how old are you? I am 25 years old. Where do you live? I am based just outside of Sydney, Australia. When did you start making art? Pretty much from when I could pick up a crayon. I don't remember when. I've just always made art. Did you attend art classes in primary and high school? Yes, I did. I went to a very artistic school, so it was pretty much compulsory for everybody to make art or make something creative in a lot of our classes. Have you gone to art school? If yes, where did you study? Yes, I completed a Bachelor of Fine Arts at the National Art School in Sydney, Australia. Do you regularly use a sketchbook? No, I don't. I am pretty terrible at sketchbooks. I used one when I was in high school because that was pretty much the only place I could kind of create art apart from making art at school. And I had to keep one when I was studying at university, which I was still terrible at filling up. So yeah, I've never been good at keeping sketchbooks, and I used to think that that made me, you know, less of an artist, but I've come to realize that it doesn't. It doesn't matter if you sketch a lot or you don't sketch at all. You're still an artist if you make art. You know, people who sketch a lot, they might, you know, get better quicker. But apart from that, like, you're still an artist regardless of if you keep a sketchbook or not. Do you have any pets? If so, do you let them in your creative space? Yes, I have 2 cats, and I generally don't let them in my studio, especially when I'm painting. They're not allowed in here at all. If I'm doing, say, some digital work or some coloured pencil work, I might let them in for a little bit, but generally they're not allowed in here. What are your favourite art styles? If we're thinking way back, I love the Rococo style of art, and I also really like Art Nouveau and Pop Surrealism. What inspires you? Pretty much everything, other artists, movies, music, video games, nature, etc, etc. You can only choose one. Still life, landscape or portrait? Definitely portrait. Favourite medium? I think I would have to say acrylic paint, but I also really like ink and coloured pencils. Least favourite medium? Definitely charcoal and pastels. I really don't like the chalky feel, and they're really messy as well, which is something else that I really don't like. I don't mind the end result of charcoal or pastel work, I just really don't like the process and the feeling of it and just the messiness of it. Do you listen to music while creating? If so, what? Yes, but not all the time. It just depends if I feel like it or not. If I am going to listen to something, it'll usually be one of my favourite albums, something that I'm loving at the moment, or like a video game or movie soundtrack, especially anything from Zelda or Studio Ghibli. What's your favourite part about your creative process? I love drawing or painting faces, and I also love the feeling of when you finish something and you're really happy with it. I'd say they're probably like my top 2. I think most artists will agree that the creative process involves a lot of ups and downs, but yeah, I think it's just like when you finish something and you're really happy with it, it's just like, it's a really proud moment and it feels good. What's your least favourite part about your creative process? For me, getting stuck is, I really don't like it. I don't like that feeling, and a lot of the time I freeze up and I don't do anything, which is like basically what you shouldn't do. But apart from that, I also really don't like waiting for paint to dry, especially watercolour. I get really bored waiting for it to dry, basically. That's probably why I like acrylic paint, because it dries relatively quickly and I work quickly, so it works well for me. Are you more likely to plan your art or just jump right in? I'm definitely more of a planner. If I'm just sketching, it's usually just on the spot, but if I'm going to create a piece of artwork, I generally plan it out. How many hours a week do you spend making art? For me, it varies a lot depending on what I'm working on, how much time I have that week, and all of that. And I also need to take into account the time that it takes to actually edit my art videos. So, I mean, last week I spent 10 minutes painting. It was this guy right here. But then other weeks I spend, you know, hours on a painting. It just really depends on, you know, each week what I have going on, and if I'm, you know, working on a painting that's going to take me hours and hours and hours, I also need to take in, you know, the time to actually edit that footage as well. So yeah, it varies a lot. Are you obsessed with art supplies? Yes. Do you think someone can be naturally talented at art? I think to an extent people can be talented. I think someone might start off better than others, but I don't think you can start off being absolutely amazing. You know, like, everybody's gonna start, you know, kind of low. Someone might be a little higher than somebody else, and they might learn a bit quicker, so they might get up here quicker than the other person. But I think, you know, we all kind of start, you know, not being very good, and we have to put in a lot of time and effort to get better. So yes, I think people can be somewhat naturally talented. They might pick things up easier, and you know, they might, you know, start off drawing a bit better than someone else, but I don't think you can be like an amazing artist just naturally. That takes a lot of time and effort. And the last question is, why do you make art? Ultimately, because I find it fun. I just think it's really enjoyable, and I love the creative process. I love being able to make something from nothing, you know, to create a portrait from a piece of lead or create a painting from a bunch of colours. I think that's just, it's really cool, and I find it really fun. Anyway, that is all from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys want to answer these questions, feel free to do so in the comments below. I would love to hear your answers. If you are also an artist on YouTube, feel free to make this tag video. I'd love to watch it and hear your answers as well. And yeah, anyway, that is all from me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I will see you all in my next video.